Well, I was going to go to the second swap meet in Princeton today, but I heard it was really small. So here I am in Duluth at the Twin Ports swap meet and grass drags. Let's have a look around. Well, now we're at the show part. So what year Colt is this? I think it's a 67, maybe a 68. I'm not positive right now. Dan Bishop, look at that Scorpion. So cool. Dan, of course, is our host for the day. Big old sock single on there. That's a big block. That's got to be a 340. What's it say? Dylan did the restoration. Jack Pallo, who we showed the mufflers, helped out with parts. Oh, it's a 290 SS. Cool, that's one of the better motors for these. And how about this Mark II? Beautiful. Leaf Spring Z, this thing's awesome. 77 it says, really cool. Another Leaf Spring Z, very cool. Another Scorp. They do like their Scorpions up here, don't they? And I love the bubble nose Scorpions. Another sock single. Wonder if this one will show up for the Wild Bill 20. Hard to say. Cool sled. All right, it's a Sears. I don't know for sure, but I think Scorpion made it. This looks pretty custom painted up, though. Cherry Bomb, it says on the hood. Try to get it without the shadow. Cherry Bomb. Cool sled. Look at that seat. That's a red metal flake seat, apparently original, because the embossing's still in there, including the Sears Snow Cruiser. And, oh, she's a twin. Big Sox twin. Super cool. Really neat. All right, let's check out these Rups. Magnum 250. Those are a sexy sled. One of the best looking sleds they ever made, in my opinion. 440 Magnum. Super cool. Got another one, an 800 Magnum. We're going to have to walk around back. We're going to look at some of the motors on these Rups. Look at that. That is a Hearth Honker 800 triple. And that 440 Magnum next to it. Should big free air with some Makunis and some pipes. Super cool. Here's another 440 Magnum. You know, more like what I'm used to seeing with a fan cool twin. And then a 3D. Wow. Love it whenever I see one of these Rupp 3 dimensions. These are just cool looking oval race sleds. Nothing else like them. And then a 72 440 Nitro. So now as a kid, I rode the 295 version of this a lot. And it was a great sled. Super reliable. Probably the best sled I owned as an early teenager. Really cool. Love the Rups. All right, apparently that XC600 Liberty Twin wedge hood, apparently that's here for the show, not for the drags or the swap. Cool sled. How about that one? All modded out. What's that? I think that's an Edge. Nice kitty cat. Pro X. You guys know I like Pro X's. Real cool. XC440 variable exhaust, son of the Red Rocket. What do we got here? Pro X row. A whole bunch of Edge Pro X's. Cool. Look at all those Pro X's. Very cool. Very cool. Dylan Bishop heading off to do the grass drags. Cool stuff here. Check out this Motoski from Jeans Inc. in Forest Lake. Awesome bubble nose moto skis. Really cool. Another one. Wow, that's cool. Check out the mags. Really cool.
Yes.
I'm here with the event organizer, Dan Bishop, and what is this special task you've asked me, Greg, and John Sina to do?
We're gonna go judge.
China.
We're gonna go judge the beautiful vintage snowmobiles up there in the show.
We're gonna go get judgy here on Nutter Speed Shop. So there you go. I've actually shut this down, and look at this. Oh, I can't do the one hand open. We were leaving, and we got requested to come back and get judgy. So we're gonna go get judgy.
I like it. Works for me.
Thanks, Dan.
People's choice.
All right, this is how People's Choice gets given out. You guys give the People's Choice.
So we have the trophy to the Yeah, just go pick out.
There you go.
Think deserves it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So go look at them, and what you think is the nicest sled here, you guys agree. He can help you do it if you want.
Dan says whatever these guys like is People's Choice. That's cool.
Have the people pick the People's Choice.
Dan doesn't know these guys. They're just walking through, and he handed them a trophy and said, give it out.
Dan's kind of a wing it guy.
Me too, Dan. All right, I want to talk to you for a second about when they give out trophies at these vintage sled deals. They often just pick people out of the crowd that they know to give out the trophies, and we don't know everything about every sled and every class. And so the trophies kind of end up going out to the sleds we like. And we try to fit them into the classes and stuff, and we did have this class sheet that we tried to work from. But we're not perfect. Please don't expect perfection. We're unpaid and we're not professional. But with that said, this Rupp Magnum trophied. This Magnum 440 with the free air motor trophied. And this other Rupp Magnum 800 Hurt Honker trophied. And we got more Rupps. The 3D trophied. And People's Choice, handed out by not me or any of my cohorts, here is this 72 Rupp Nitro 440. But I might have picked it if I had the chance. I love it. All right, we got more. This Arctic Z, 77Z, it trophied in its class. We like this a lot. And I don't pretend to think it's original. It's just cool. It's super cool. All right, let's go over here. What do you got, Dan?
And we got this sled for Dallin. This came out of a garage on the original Scorpion trailer.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Why he has it on the trailer.
Dan, are those original BF Goodrich Silverstone tires?
I bet they are the original tires.
The original tires, most likely. They appear to be period correct.
Look at the hood.
That's so cool. What is that, a Mark II?
Yes.
And it's, what motor's in it?
297, I think.
290, it's SA 290 then.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. Look at the seat. All right, we're going back to the trophies. I'm walking over to more trophies. There's a whole row more of sleds over here with a lot of trophies to give out. So we got the 70 Arctic Cat. It's a 634 Hearth with the Montana pipes. And it's beautiful. How can we not give that a trophy? I mean, it's restored, but it's beautiful. We got the 69 Cat with the J-Lo 744 with Megs. Once again, beautiful. All right, we got this Blizzard Triple here. This thing's ridiculous. I bet this eats modern sleds for lunch. What a badass sled. Nice buck, we like it. We got this one too. This is another one of Buck's. This is another 800. It's a 797 Skidoo from what? What year is this, Buck? 71. Very cool. Got a 70 This is a big single cylinder with giant fins. I'm gonna walk it around the back side here. That's a 292 single. Look at how big that motor is. There's a lot of fins going on there. And right next to it, that's actually a fanner. So we'll walk you back around the front. That's a 1966 Skidoo 494 Ole, and I believe those 494s were sort of a race-only kind of a motor. I'm not real sure on that. The Bullet had to get a trophy here, and this is another one not given out by me and my cohorts. This is given out by random people walking by that were asked to give out People's Choice trophies. So this 440 Bullet, this is an awesome sled. Clearly a race-only sled. Totally cool. And then down here at the end, we got the Jeans Inc. with a Hodaka triple 295cc motor. And I'm gonna go beg the owner for the story of this. We'll see if we can get it for you guys, but this is a great sled. Let me walk around the back. So yeah, those are Hodaka motorcycle cylinders. Obviously just under 100 cc's if 3 of them adds up to 295. So I'm here with my friend John Anderson, who's won the biggest trophy in the show for this Hodaka powered Motoski. John, tell us the story of how the Hodaka motor came about on these Motoskis.
There was a distributor in Forest Lake, Minnesota called Jeans, and they sold Motoskis, but they also sold Hodaka motorcycles. Hodaka motorcycles were doing really good on the racing circuit. Well, the motors and everything in the snowmobiles just weren't up to par next to the Arctic Cat and the Polaris Skidoo. So the owner decided to take the Hodaka cylinders and make a motor. So they turned around and they took 3 Hodaka 100 cylinders, had a guy build a case and put it together. So this is like a 295. But the problem is the motors turn 10,000 RPM. Well, back in 1970, we didn't have the clutch development to go over 7,000 RPM. So this motor has a counter shaft in it. There's 2 timing belts, and it's a gear reduction. The thing makes tons of horsepower. And I worked on one of these, helping a guy get ready for Duluth back in 1970. They went to race it, and the officials went and says, wait a minute, that's a prototype engine. You got to run it in the 800 class, open class. Well, they never ran it there, but I did see it run. And it makes like 36 horse, a 295. 295 back in 70 never made 36 horse. And they went like a raped ape.
Thanks, John. That's a great story, great sled, and I'm not going to tell you a lot about John except to say the man is a true legend, and I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
The first thing I see when I walk up to the swap is this nice whip. Cool. Good project for somebody. Little lawn. Says it's a 250 twin, $1,000. Looks like my buddy Dylan's selling it. Some more on the trailer. Arctic Cat mini bike. Morning. Table's full of stuff. Do you need a pre-scuffed piston? All right, here's a trailer full of goodies. Got some oldie Panthers there. I'm gonna say from the bumpers, probably a 68 on the far one with the short bumper, and then I think this is a 69 with the long bumper. Cool. Honda 3-wheeler. These are always fun. Extra 12 XLT, judging from the graphics, I think she's a 96. Not too bad a shape. Seat's a little beat on. What do we got here? Kitty Cat. Arctic Cat Panther. No prices on either of these, at least not yet. Trailer full of kitty cats. We got the Classic over here. Looks like an LT Gray 6000, liquid cooled. Sweet. Those are a fun sled. Be a great project for somebody. Naughty kitty. Couple of lawns here. Nice light little sleds, always fun to ride. An Evolve Trail with an extra 10. That'd be a good rider for somebody. Oh, nice Nordic. That's a nice sled. That'd be a good vintage rider. Sorry, Lonnie, wrong hood. Wheels and gears, clutches. Morning. Looks like an Ultra motor. Oh, really? Nice. Full mod Ultra motor. Oh, sweet. Cool. Nice. Chappie SS3. Bulkheads are all aluminum on these. Super light. Be a cool trail rider for somebody. LT Gray 5000. That's the free air version. That'd be a great sled for somebody. Got a 580 motor there. It's too bad that's not a 530 because that's really what I'm looking at for that 85 LT Gray 6000 project. The 580 just doesn't quite fit and line up. But the day has just begun. Maybe a 530 will turn up. Got some 90s skidoos hiding back here. Cool stuff, bunch of mocks. No prices, not sure if they're here to race or they're for sale. Well, back to these Panthers, they got a sign now. It's a 69, 200 bucks. Good project for somebody. It does have a motor in there. Looks like a Kohler single cylinder, I think. Hard to say from this angle. Somebody could be racing in the Wild Bill 20 with this thing. Haven't seen any Polaris leathers yet, but if you're a cat guy, check that out. Those are pretty cool. 300 bucks. That's kind of going rate for good leathers. Not bad. You never won Eagle River? No big deal. For $9.99, just buy an Eagle at the swap meet. Good to go. First finds of the swap meet. Get this little radar thing here with some big letters. That might make an appearance in some videos when we're doing some one-lunger testing in the yard. And there's no way I could pass up the Eagle. Holy cow. And then this is an actual genuine Polaris tool. And for all you guys that complain about, oh, you're using ratchet straps on your track, Polaris made a tool that did the same job as the ratchet strap, and there it is. So I don't know. We'll figure that tool out, but that is for pulling your skid and your track tight to get the bolt holes to line up in the tunnel. I had to buy it just because it's a genuine Polaris tool. So we're over in the grass drag area. I don't think this one's for sale, but yeah, nice TX. It's she's a Johnny Cash. She's got a 1980 tunnel, a 1979 hood. Oh, it looks like an 80 seat and an 80 gas tank. And that must be a TXC if it's a 1980 because it looks like a rubber track and the holes haven't been moved in the tunnel. I'm guessing that's an 80 TXC right there with a 79 hood. Here's a couple more over in the grass drag area, not really the swap meet. It's a Moto Ski Mini Snow. Looks like a hearth in it, pretty cool. And of course, it's a Scorpion Mark II 300, so that'd be a Sox SA290. I can see from here it's a Sox motor. Single cylinder, good stuff. That sled right there, that'd be a perfect one if somebody wanted to run it in the Wild Bill 20. More stuff rolling in. Nice Indy trail there. Formula Z 583, cool sled. I always like these purple skidoos. And on the other side, he's got a 2-up Safari. Well, holy cow. You don't see one of these at the swap meet every day. Rolcon Trailbreaker. Those are super cool. That is a two-wheel drive off-road motorcycle, as you can see by the chain on the front tire. Man, the stuff you could do with that. Another trailer full of fun and excitement. So this first one is an Evinrude Trailblazer. That'd be a 440 opposed twin. It's got reverse. This is real early 70s, 71, 72, before they tried to quiet them down and called them a snow ghost or something. That'd be the loud one. And I had the Johnson version when I was a kid. It was loud. So we got a classic here, 2 up, pretty deluxe. Got an extra 10 in it, and no reverse though. But good trail sled for somebody. All right, here's a nice project for somebody. It's a 72 Scorpion. Looking at his price sheet there, it looks like it's 150 bucks. That Evinrude I showed you, he wants 200, 300 for the classic touring, and he's got a kid's four-wheeler listed as 100 bucks. I don't even see that, but pretty cool. Scorpion 72, it's a twin, so no wild build at, but be a good project for somebody. A little bit of work on the cosmetics, but those were always good sleds. Oh yeah, you can see it's got a CCW twin on it. And then he's got this grass drag TX 340, and she's pretty modded out. Check out them pipes, cool stuff. Rolled chain case, you know, not really lowered too much. Little shorty seat, looks like somebody's little gas tank, and the whole thing's stretched out. So I suppose it's probably still a 121. They just had to stretch it because they rolled the chain case, I would guess. Yeah, cool stuff, cool sled. I stopped by my buddy Jack's trailer here. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Bought myself a single inlet, single outlet Donaldson. And for those of you that are wondering about the mystery of what's in the Donaldsons, so this is a twin, but Jack's cut away the singles too. And the single being just a center inlet won't have that. It'll just be an empty space there. But it does indeed have a little diverging cone, and you can see there's like a baffle at that end, and the outlet, and that's all it is. There's no glass packing or anything in there.
No.
So there's the goodness of the Donaldson can.
They are the second generation Donalds.
These are second gens?
First generation was the round.
Yeah, the first gens were the round cans on the real early stuff.
Yep.
Yep, but these are what I like to use for one lung racing. This is sort of the standard. So in case I build another one lunger, now I got one on the shelf.
I have sold hundreds of them to one lunger.
I bet you have, Jack.
Yep.
Your name used to be on the rules. If you don't have the right muffler, call Jack.
I remember that.
Yep, thanks, Jack.
You bet.
All right, buried between the snow blowers and the outboards, we have a Snowflake, little single-cylinder kid sled. It says 1,200 at best offer. I don't know a lot about these, other than it's tiny. It's tiny, and you can see one of the more interesting things is how the steering and the front suspension works. It's just a single pivot there. Interesting little project for somebody. Maybe put your grandkids on it. Looks like it runs, judging by the smoke.
That or it's on fire again.
Or is it on fire? One or the other.
Right. Smoke is good.
Yeah.
No, she's a runner.
All right, here's a good booth full of parts. So that's a 303 Wankel from an Arctic Cat. Doesn't have compression, but I looked at it a little, and I think just all the seals are stuck. I think a guy could bring that back to life. And then he's got the Johnson goodies. If you're a Johnson guy, you do not see these opposed twins at swap meets. This is cool stuff. And then these are reverse units from an early Johnson. And these are awesome if you want to try to like add reverse to some other early sled, because it's kind of a standalone unit with that clutch. Really cool, kind of hard to find if you ask me. And then just a bunch more Johnson stuff. So if you're into Johnsons, boy, this is a good swap for that, just because Gene here brought this stuff up. In Evinrude, of course, same thing. Cool. Thanks. Very cool. Thanks for showing it to me, Gene. All right, we got some more fun toys here.
Wildcat.
That Wildcat's awesome. 650 Wildcat with a long track. Super cool. We got a 91 Indy 650. We got an XC700, but it's not a wedge. Damn it. And then we got another 6000 LT Gray. I said it before in this video, I'll say it again. These are fun. If you're an Arctic Cat guy, get yourself one of these. That is the funnest. Oh boy, and she's been upgraded. That's a 700 twin Arctic Cat motor in there. Oh, that thing would be a ton of fun. Here goes another one of the grass drags. There we go. You gonna grass drag this one? Awesome. I like your shirt. We're gonna watch you start it.
It might take some pulling though.
Don't they all? All right, it's when I go down, okay? It's when I'm gonna do this, and when I go down, you go. Ready? All right, we're hot lapping the Sears against the Scorpion. Dylan with the awesome Suzuki Samurai against this super cool Sears. And I might add, it's a one-lunger against a twin. So we'll see. The one-lunger beats the twin easily. Oh! Are you all right? That's the first thing he says. That's a good thing to say. Everybody's laughing, including the drivers. All right. They're okay. They're buddies. That is some real racing right there. All right, I'm wrapping up the video of the Twin Ports Vintage Sled Festival. Swap meet, grass drags, and apparently lawnmower and pit bike races, and probably even more that I didn't find. What a great swap meet. The grass drags were excellent. Next year, I may well bring a sled up to run. It was a great time. So I want to say huge thanks to Dan and Dylan Bishop for hosting this, putting it together, making it happen. And for everybody else that came up, well, thanks for coming up. So I want to say huge thanks to the patrons. Thanks for watching my videos. And everybody else, you can see the patrons on either side of my head here. There's the list. So they get their name up on the screen. They get to watch the videos early and ad-free on Patreon. And they get a lot of extra videos, including probably 2 or 3 from this event that if you're watching on YouTube, you're just not going to see them. So check out the link to the Patreon and consider joining. You know you're not going to see any of those videos from checking out the link. You got to join if you want to see. Everybody else that's been watching, well, I appreciate it just for watching. Really do. And really appreciate anybody that subscribes and hits that notification bell. You guys really help out. And for gosh sakes, if somebody gives a super thanks in this video, holy cow, do I appreciate you, because nothing makes the algorithm like this channel more than a super thanks. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you at the swap meets.